we're doing Museum Box, and pretty much what it is it's a digital box, a virtual box, and it literally looks like a box, and you can build an argument, or you can do anything with it, but you can describe an event or a historical period, um, but you put information on each side of these boxes, and you click on one side of a box and you see whatever you put on that side. Click on the next side, you see the information on that side, and so on. But the thing that I really liked about this was the inspiration of why to make Museum Box was because I guess in the 1700s with Thomas Clarkson, he carried around a box to show people why he was against slavery. And so that was just kind of the inspiration of curating a yes, curating the whole Museum Box website. So
Everybody's going, why are they cheering right now?
I know.
Because we're nerds, that's why. Woohoo!
Learned a new word.
Yay!
Curate. So, but yeah, so you can put sound bites, images, text on either side of your virtual box that you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of the like articles or tutorials that I saw was a lot of people just saying it's like a collection of assets. It's your evidence to why something happened or to describe something.
You know what? I love the way you put that, because I think we talked about this before, like a big thing in Common Core for reading and maybe writing too is evidence in the text.
Yes.
My daughter's in 5th grade and they're hitting it hard this year. Where's the evidence from the text? Where's the evidence from the text? And so I think this is an awesome way to prove your argument, back up what you're saying, show the evidence, but you're not using a highlighter or underlining words. It's more of a project based. I mean, I think a kid would love this project as compared to, like my son's in 8th grade and they're still bringing home coloring sheets and, they're coloring flags and I'm like, oh, come on.
Yes.
He hates coloring. Can we do something cool?
Yeah, right?
So anyway, I think it's really important to teach kids how to build an argument and how to back up what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because, number one, there's so much false information out there online. And so it's a good way to teach them how to filter through and find what's true and how to back up what you're saying and how to build an argument. Yeah, I love it.
For sure. And it's the being online just makes it so much more engaging and motivating for students.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be a tough thing for kids to learn, the whole evidence and argument thing.
Yep.
And when you're just doing it on paper, I mean, boring. So.
Well, and even just researching, researching, teaching kids how to research can be brutal, they're just not into it. And I remember as a kid, like, okay, I'm a little bit older than you, but I remember as a kid, I'm a lot older than you, but that's okay. When I was a kid, they would like drag our whole class to the library and pull out the card catalog drawer. Teach us about the Dewey Decimal System. And I was like, so this would be, you could, as an example, you could make a museum box about copyright and referencing and the proper way to do it and why it's important to do it properly, and just show the kids by example how easy and how fun it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, we like the teacher setup, how they gave teacher examples.
Yeah.
What was that? Lesson plans, guidance for teachers. So just ideas of how to present it to your class. And
it's based in England, and so some of their standards are, well, obviously their standards are different than ours, but it wouldn't be hard to figure out how to transfer that. And
Yeah.
I love, they give you a bit on the website, they give you a big list of suggestions on how to use it in different content areas, from the obvious ones, history, social studies, language arts, to maybe the not so obvious ones like art history, or art, even elementary aged art kids,
Mm-hmm.
could research an artist, or a form, an era or a form of art or something like that.
Mm-hmm. For
I
sure.
think you could use it. I'm originally a foreign language teacher, and I think it would be great to use in a foreign language classroom.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You always have to suffer through the beginning of the textbook where it tells you like all the languages in the world all the countries in the world where this language is spoken. And you're like, I don't care. But if you had if you were assigned like an area, and you had to include like an interactive map, a video of the language being spoken there, examples of culture, that kind of stuff, I think it would take a potentially painful assignment and make it interesting.
Yes, agreed. It'd make it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't available on an iPad.
Right.
There's no app for it, and it's not free, so you have to purchase it.
You know what though? I thought the purchase price was reasonable. Wasn't it like $99 for your school or something?
Yeah, and was that yearly or was that just a one-time deal? I couldn't.
Annual fee, $100 for your school is, I think, very reasonable.
Pretty reasonable. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It uh what was the one thing that I just lost it in my head.
That's okay. I'm living that dream.
Yeah. Well, but and the one thing that I wonder is when you do purchase it, so they probably don't have to have an email if you purchase it.
Right. I think once you purchase it, you have a login.
You probably have a login and all the students could probably get on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wonder how that would all. Oh, I remember what I didn't like about it.
Oh, okay, good.
The trial. So I did the trial, and you can't do much with the trial. I mean, you get the whole gist of it, and but I went to go add a picture, and I was gonna grab it from my pictures, not just their default pictures that they have. And when I went to go grab my picture, it wouldn't allow me to. It just said you have to upgrade to do it.
Right.
So I really you just couldn't do a whole lot during your trial.
Right.
So that was
I mean, that's a bummer, but I think to get around it, to see if it was something that you would really like, you could look at some of the examples.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There were even examples of what Thomas Clarkson's original box might have looked like.
Yes. Yes.
And I thought that was really cool. I'd never heard of him before.
No, me neither.
Or if I had, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But he was a real trendsetter, and he was ahead of his time, and it's a really cool, interesting lesson. And I think with all the racial stuff going on in this country right now, it would be maybe a background into I don't know. I mean, you'd have to be careful what class you were in or how you approach it, but it's definitely information on, the abolishment, or someone trying to abolish slavery as far back as, gosh, when did he was in the 1700s, I think.
Yeah, that's what it said. In the 1700s.
Yeah. Yeah. So even if I guess my point is, long story short, oops, too late. If the trial doesn't work for you, there's plenty of examples that you could look at.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One thing I really liked about this is that it's different from anything else I've seen.
Yes.
There's so many web tools out there, and if you want one to accomplish something, it seems like there's an overwhelming choice of different web tools or apps or whatever that accomplish the same thing. And so you kind of have to sift through and figure out which one's going to work. Yeah. This one I love because it's based on a historical figure, but it's different than anything I've ever seen.
It really is. And I really like the cube part.
Well, and you know what? They don't even know it, but that's sort of like a visual math thing for younger kids who haven't gotten into like geometry or stuff like that. I mean, it's a cube folded out, and so I just think that's really, on every level, I think there's something any age, kindergartners or first graders could use it,
Yep,
and seniors in high school could use it.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I just
Yeah,
really like it a lot.
I do. I agree. And with the cube thing, like planning, having a graphic organizer kind of,
Yeah.
you can have the kids first write on their cube
Right.
uh, without using the computer, so that they can organize all their thoughts and where they're going to put it on
Absolutely.
the cube. And it's just a different kind of way to organize things.
Right.
It's not the normal, the concept mapped or whatever. So,
Right. And I think, when you try to change things up to reach different kinds of learners,
hmm
I just think I've never seen a teacher do this as a student or as with my colleagues. I've never seen it. And I think it could be really cool.
Yes, it could be.
Yeah.
So this will be fun to show the other teachers at my school, and
Yeah.
if it'd be something that we could maybe purchase next year.
Well,
So 2 thumbs up for museum box.
I
That's
I
definitely.
concur. 2 thumbs up.